How are you tonight? I was telling Bianca Bantleon, that what has is that I've gone down a rabbit hole, and the only way to do this is to come out on the other side. There's just, I'm not a quitter, and as messy as it is, and sometimes politics is messy, but life is sometimes messy. I got lectured by Earl McIntosh today for calling Jim Klossman a deadbeat. And then I apologized to Jimbo. But I'll tell you what did happen today at the coffee shop. We came up with an idea for the rest of the lots, or he did, and he's willing to bring it forward, put it in writing for all the rest of the lots in Lawrence Bay. And I said that what we really need to do is we need to kick Jeff White out of this thing, no but-for test, and just get the deal that he talked about, get it in writing, and get it done. There's one thing troubling me about that conversation, about all of Lawrence Bay, is he said everything all along. He said all along he was never going to pay the taxes on it. Okay. Well, it's not his fault that a deal never got made. I think it is, but after us arguing a little today and having a, as he says, a robust conversation, hell, he came forward with a deal. And we could have done this 8-9 years ago if somebody had pressed him. That's what I think. And also, I was really impressed with him today too, saying how he did not vote today to give $9.5 million and put Go Topeka in a lease. The rub is the city of Topeka, Shawnee County, don't have $9.5 million on a flyer deal like that. Tyler, I see you watching. Thank you so much for being on the show today. I kind of had an off day today. The morning meeting, the morning meeting was interesting to say the least. And when he says robust conversation, that's an understatement. But, talk to Earl McIntosh about what went down in that meeting today. And I was really glad to have him there because he got Topeka politics in your face. And there are people, and actually Tyler today had a good job, comment like, we need a flow chart. It's like, we need to start documenting every mess. And I'm telling you something, we can start right now with the documentation of the AT&T building. Because putting $9.5 million into that deal, why do I think I can comment on this? Well, something, it's a real estate deal. And I've done real estate for 45 years. I'm not a guy that sells annuities and has got a lot of money, or I'm not a guy that has 85, assisted livings in 4 states that's got a lot of money. I'm a street real estate guy. But what I am is an energized human being that's getting to start over. Good morning, neighbor. Cheers. So, and you're going to see Go Topeka take us down on this one. This is the final straw. When I'm a Jetto vote, if I get elected, I'm going to try to convince Spencer, David Banks, and whoever our deputy mayor is. Maybe be able to get Bill on the county side if he starts remembering he's a true Republican. Aaron deep down's a Republican. His dad taught him well. I will never in my lifetime, I don't know. Even if I threw him a life preserver, Kevin Cook, and saved his life, he'd still be angry at me about something. There'd be something. Oh, man. Anyway, extremely long day today. Did get to see Father Nikolai. That always makes my day. We've got to find a temporary space for Father Nikolai. We got to get him out of the Huntoon deal. And you guys on the Huntoon deal, make me an offer. I think it's a good house. I don't think it's an office space. And I definitely don't think it's a church. McClure Real Estate. Hey, and thank God today we got the Pilot Travel Plaza closed. The sale closed in Emporia, and that makes that property now hot. I want to put a steakhouse right across from it, or some hotels. Look, do you know this one travel plaza, between the inside sales and the fuel, it'll bring $50 million to that site. $50 million in sales to Emporia. You know, the Loves just ain't cutting it out there. There's some other deals we can do around this community. And what I hate about the politics, you get all the negative. You got to be involved with the negative. I got to get that whistleblower in front of Dr. Robert. I got to get at least in front of Dr. Robert to talk about the whistleblower and the effect. Imagine having a friend that you know that says, I can't even sleep at night the way I'm getting treated in this town. That's no way to live. Ooh, man, I found a doozy. During the conversation, right as I was leaving work, I was talking about, a friend of mine knows all about Lawrence Bay or something, and then he brought up a building just down the street from me down here. I'm going to post some stuff up about this building, because how this building, a 10-story building, is valued at under $300,000 a year. And I actually think the gutted hotel next to the jail over here is valued more than this other building. Man, this is where we are in the rabbit hole. You guys, the voters, are either you're just going to keep doing what you want, you're going to support the company line and vote for the people supported by the chamber, or you guys are going to say, you know something? He's right about some stuff. I'm right about having good streets. Hell, one of the worst streets in the whole town's over here, right by my house. Clean water, good streets, fire protection, police protection. Let's take care of our own. And this is one of the whole issues about organic economic development. We don't have $9.5 million to pull out of the sales tax to give to a bad idea. So, anyway, if you really want to know what happened today, ask Earl McIntosh. He got Politics 101. home. Lawrence Bay is much like the it's much like the Twin Towers. The fall ain't what it seems. And Neil Dobler, if what Jim told Earl and myself today, that the city knew all along he never was going to pay, well, you were the city manager at the time. Pretty sure. And maybe not a decade ago, but something rotten. There's something rotten in Denmark. Anyway, y'all have a good night. I think the Glass Houses studio is going to be a little bigger. Hey, Gabriel. I got two candidates on my vision. Gabriel's running for mayor. Hey, Gabriel, be careful what you wish for. Spencer's a good guy, but he's been a Jetto vote that's voted the wrong way, in my opinion, on a lot of stuff. And look, as I mentioned in a post, I've known him and his family for a long time. I do think Spencer and I should sit down one time off camera as two reasonable humans, and we should talk about his brother, Ryan Duncan, who used to run our pizza pub with me and John Parker, and the demise of Pizza Pub. But that's not for public consumption. That's just between me and him, off the record. You know why? Because it's none of your business. But I think there's some resentments in the family, the Duncan family, about mainly me. But I'm just not sure that the Duncan family knew that we wanted to open up 100 stores, and it was going to have to be in Seattle. And Ryan pulled the plug on the company. It wasn't me. It's a nice night out. What's really nice, if it gets unbearable, I can just take the train out of town. At least take a vacation. All right. I had lunch today in Lawrence with Dana Kay, and we were going to talk about some very important stuff today. And then we had a table at Lawrence Country Club, and then all of a sudden a bunch of people sat down with us, yucking it up with Dana Kay because he's a celebrity. Ooh, I met a guy who, in private practice, his law partner was on Brown versus Board of Education. That was cool. And then I met a guy that was way up in Phillips Petroleum. I love meeting new people. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for your time. Nobody's told you they love you. I love you.